hop out. Valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift from a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, let's roll. Orange. Got four. Ready? Line, 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To throw on second down is Smith. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Smith now on second down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap for Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
I got line 80. I got.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And strong running there, gets this up over the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
On second down, it's Jones. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Kaiser on 3rd and 2. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. Into the Redskins' head if they do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Being chased out left. Kaiser showing what he can do with his legs. It's more than just the arm. He scrambles and picks up the first.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, Kaiser. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. The give is to Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. from the shotgun. It's Kaiser. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
15.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On the ground, it's Thompson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Let's go. 15. Line.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Settle down, huh? I said, line 80! Rip. Yellow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Yeah, baby. Hey, on.
Out of the gun, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go!
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
second down. Kaiser. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Kaiser. It finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he gets it down to the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, back up.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Caught on the right side, Reed. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Let's go, 15. I said, let's go, 15.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, 15.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing again is Smith. And caught right side, Green. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Smith on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Smith. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Kaiser on first down. And left side here, it's Graham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go!
On play action, Kaiser. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Play action now. Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Regular. Set, line, 80. Left. Liz.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Kaiser caught by Cobb, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Kaiser now on second down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Let's go. Let's go, 15.
A shotgun snap for Smith, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
I always laugh when I see guys like Deron Payne play because their ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage, to find weak spots in the offensive front and get upfield and make plays, that's what they call playing the piano in the NFL. Those guys who can move it and then get to the quarterback.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Flex round! Flex round!
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
Now Thompson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Smith now on second down. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Trevor Davis now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The Bills have taken the lead late in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last two drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
Flex round!
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. After the interception, here's Smith. This one caught by Crowder. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. A big play, Smith to Crowder, 45 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Buying time to it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, here's Smith. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I got a left. Good list. Orange. Tiger.
Out of the gun, Smith. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
A dump underneath to Jones. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And able to find Graham, complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. A give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
2nd down, Kaiser. Throw left side, complete. That's Graham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Kaiser. He's got his target. It's Cobb. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A 1st down throw for Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now Smith. Flush to his right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Smith operating from the gun. He's going to launch this thing. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. And that gives gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
that's right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. This is Cobb with a catch right side. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll throw again. Kaiser. Oh, it stays up. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. To throw, Kaiser fighting to stay upright. And he's going to go down again. Zach Brown in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Kaiser, third and goal. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fourth down, Kaiser, desperation time. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They run it here with Thompson. This time a spin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish,